Alright, now we're back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't do something that would accidentally screw up the Lord of Hollows ending. Nope, this is all we gotta do. Just gotta sit here, and we gotta interact with the bonfire and do the thing, and we should get the ending that we seek, which I'm actually very excited about, because this should make us the Lord of Hollows, if I'm not mistaken, unless we did something wrong. Nope, there it goes. So we died? Oh no, there it goes.
Gracious Lord, make London whole.
Alright, we did it. There we go. That's the Lord of Hollows ending. That is very different than the ending that I got, which has a much more somber ending note to it. There you go. Well, we beat the game. We're gonna skip the credits. I do not wish to begin now. Because I have some unfinished business to take care of. So, because we killed the boss impossibly fast, to be completely honest, we're gonna go ahead and get a couple endgame armor sets. In particular, my favorite armor set, the Firelink armor set, which is over here somewhere. Where is it? Yes, there it is. The Firelink armor set. The Firelink armor set's super nice. So basically what it is that, you get to look like the Soul of Cinders. It's my favorite armor set. It's also just like kind of a very good set of armor. It's not the best set of armor, but it's very, very good. It's got a very good armor to weight ratio. Where the hell is the chest piece? Chest piece, where are you? Where are you? Firelink, there it is. It's got a very good armor to weight ratio. Set's very nice. It also looks kind of dope. Which, you know, if you're into that, if you're into playing Fashion Souls, then there you go. It's a set that you might consider. It vaguely looks like the the Night set, but not 100%. There you go. So, yeah, there we go. We get to look like the Soul of Cinders. It's fairly lightweight. You can kind of see I'm at 64%. I could probably even equip a third weapon if I felt like it. Nope, can't do that. Never mind, I lied. Yeah, it's pretty lightweight. It's got a good physical defense. It blocks a lot of fire. I am interested. So with the Soul of Lords, you can make two things. You can get Sunlight Spear if you are doing a faith build. I would recommend Sunlight Spear. Sunlight Spear is ridiculously powerful. It does cost a lot of FP, but if you're doing a faith build, you probably have put a couple points into FP over the course of the game. Or you can do the Firelink Greatsword. The Firelink Greatsword's not bad. It's a little heavy. We can almost wield it if we had one more faith, which we can get, actually. Let's do that. We'll go ahead and pick this thing up, because why not? We'll do a little bit of this. Yeah, shut up. Whatever. Stop it. I've got stuff to do. I can't do that, because I needed a little bit more souls. So let's go ahead and pop a soul here. Normally I do all this kind of stuff off camera, but I just want to show you guys what it looks like, so that way you guys can take a look at it. It's something that you can aim for to do for New Game Plus. You can do an entire Firelink build if you felt like it. There we go. 10 faith, 10 intelligence, and enough strength and other shit for us to wield the almighty Firelink Greatsword, which is down here somewhere. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. There it is. So the Firelink Greatsword's not bad. It's a pretty decent greatsword. It does pretty decent damage. It is a boss weapon, so it does require Titanite scales. It has a sweeping R2. For those of you who are playing on the PlayStation, its weapon skill is you light it on fire, and you slam it, and it's just a little line of fire, which is kind of cool. And then the flaming effect on it, I do believe that it adds a fire damage effect to it, which is not bad. You can block with it, which is, that's a thing you can do. But yeah, there you go. That's the Firelink Greatsword. It's not a bad weapon. It has pretty decent stats, pretty decent scaling. It's a boss weapon, so they're universally pretty decent. But right, so what are we going to do now? Well, because we ended so quickly, much faster than I was expecting, to be honest, we are going to go to... We're going to fight Oseros, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, let's go do that. We'll go fight Oseros, the Consumed King, and then we will do that, and then the series isn't over after this episode. This isn't the last one. There's going to be one more episode where we go to the Dragon Peninsula, the Dragon Pinnacle, but we have to do Oseros in the area after Oseros first. Yeah, I'm sorry that the boss fight didn't take very long. My build is just good against that boss fight, and having Yuria there did help a little bit. Although, to be honest, I ended the boss fight with 5 extra Estus flasks. I'm pretty sure I could have taken him by myself. I just, it would have been... It's thematic that I brought Yuria of Londor with me. And you also need to do a whole bunch of horse shit in order to bring Yuria with you to that boss fight. And goddammit, I did that bullshit all the way through to the end of the game here. And I think I earned the right to be able to do... I earned my right to party here, But we're fine. Let's go ahead and use the Fire Gothard Twin Swords here. Black Hat Gothard, once again, coming in handy here. Down in this area down below here, this area is completely filled with toxic sludge. So if you remember earlier in the game, we got ourselves some toxic healing items, and I warned you guys that we needed it for an area later in the game. This is that area. This area is jammed with horrible rat monsters and toxic sludge, and you really don't want to have to put up with either. Fire weapons cause these guys to get stun locked. You guys saw that earlier. We've talked about it at infinitum here. Which, it's fine, but just make sure, bring a fire weapon with you and just hammer these guys as hard as you can for as long as you can until, frankly, the action should drain you. But these guys are a pain in the ass, so just don't let them push you around, and you'll be fine. If you get toxic, take the opportunity to pick up the items that are in the area. There are a lot of items just strewn about the area, and they're all hidden inside of these, this toxic bog. There's the ninja set is down here. If you're interested in doing a ninja cosplay, it's down there. I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to heal the toxic off, hopefully before I die. Hopefully before I die. But we'll see. We'll see about the dying. That part's going to become very apparent whether or not that's going to happen in a second here. There we go. We'll pick up these items. The Shadow Mask and the Shadow Outfit, that's actually very good poison protection. The Claw, if you're doing a fist run, the Claw is actually very good if you don't want to use the Demon Fist for whatever reason, even though the Demon Fist is literally the best fist weapon in the game, and I would highly recommend using it because holy crap is it good. It's super good. You're doing yourself a disservice by agreeing to not use it good. Go ahead and fight this Cathedral Knight here. The same way we fought all of his brethren, by running around him and then backstabbing the shit out of him. And then stabbing him super hard. Ow. And then not getting shield smashed. That's not part of the plan. Don't do that one. Just backstab him. Just walk around and backstab him. When his mace is glowy like that, every time he strikes, he will leave a little holy depth charge on the ground. Just try not to get exploded by it, and you should be fine. I appreciate that. That seems like common sense, but if you don't know what they are, they're kind of easy to miss. Which, I can appreciate missing that kind of stuff. I missed it the first time I played through the game. The Cathedral Knights were an enemy type that I had tons of trouble with, and I still do, actually, on my main character. But on Macho Man, they're super easy because you just literally auto-attack into their fist onto their face until their shield guard breaks, and then you just kill them. 1,000 kinds of dead here. Remember, the same rules apply with the Ratmen. If you can get behind them, I would recommend it. They can't actually hit you in the back. The ones that stand up, because they have like the little dude's body underneath them, however, they do a sweepy spin attack. So just be careful of that. Be mindful of your enemies. Obviously, we fought enough of them. At this point in the game, if you're still having trouble fighting certain enemy types, just run away from them. Their build is probably not conducive for that type of enemy. My Faith build wasn't good against these Ratmen because I was using a Lightning Mace. And so switching over to a Fire Mace was not something I had the capability to do. Let's get rid of that guy. Don't stab me in the back. Do you guys see that? This motherfucker right here. Cool. Kill that guy. There's one more item left. I think that's an Ember. I think it's an Ember. Let's grab it and find out. Human Pine Resin. Not quite an Ember. Human Pine Resin applies toxin to your... Is it toxin or poison? It applies one or the other to your weapon when you use it. So it's very useful. There aren't that many enemies in the game that are susceptible to poison. Let's find out. Now, Rotten Pine Resin is poison. Human Pine Resin is darkness. Applies darkness to your right hand. Harkwood the Deserter. All right, come on, Harkwood. We'll bring We'll bring you with us to fight Oseros. I don't mind. It's kind of nice, you know. I didn't really get to summon too many NPCs when I played through the game. Like just by myself. It's kind of nice that I get to summon at least a couple of them here and there. They're very useful. They're very useful people to summon. It's just kind of important to remember that, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with summoning NPCs. You do need to earn NPCs most of the time. And I mean earn them, like not like earn them like, oh, you need to like do, but you need to like do stuff most of the time to unlock the majority of the NPCs in the game. In order to like summon them, you do need to like perform certain actions through the course of the game in order to do that. And so it's your right to do it. You know, every time we summoned Henri, it was because we did Henri's storyline, which is very useful. Man, Hawkwood, you are not super great, man. I gotta tell you, Hawkwood, I'm not super impressed here. Ow! Well, alright, Hawkwood. That's fair. I wonder what kind of sword he has. I know he has Hawkwood's shield, which is the shield he's using, which I know seems self-explanatory, but work with me here. Sometimes the items in this game are not what they are. And I know Hawkwood's some sort of, like, legendary character. Alright, so on to Oseros. Oseros is an interesting boss fight. I kind of wish I had a lightning weapon on me, to be honest. That would be super helpful right now. Oseros is weak to lightning. I don't believe he's weak to dark, and I don't believe he's weak to fire. But he's not that hard of a boss fight, alright? I'm going to show you guys a very easy trick for this. Hawkwood might fuck it up a little bit for me, because the trick actually only works if you're fighting him solo. Because you can get him stuck doing a certain attack pattern, which makes it very easy for you to, like, wail on him. The boss actually doesn't do very good damage. If you just kind of, like, lay into his dick, it's fine. But kind of want to hug his legs, hug his body. You want to hug him as much as you can, basically. Until he goes feral, which you'll know what I mean by that when he does it.
What could you possibly fear?
There you go. Now he's pissed. Alright. So his tail whipping attack, that attack right there, you can get him stuck doing that over and over again by attacking him in the butt over and over again for a while. It's not that hard to get him to, like, just kind of do that tail attack all the time. That's the easiest attack of his to dodge. You just roll into him, basically. Which, you know, if you're watching this, you're probably at least remotely interested in my opinion on these boss fights. And frankly, Oseros is not that hard. Out of all the bosses in the late game, he's probably the easiest. If you get hit by that charging attack does do a shit ton of damage, mind you. That attack will hurt you a lot. In fact, most of his attacks, except for the tail attack, will hit you like a truck. You know, that being said, it is intriguing to fight him. The majority of the time, his abilities aren't that hard. But we'll see. We're gonna get through this fight, no problem. Hawkwood's actually, he's not helping too much, but he is providing a valuable distraction. But I don't think he's actually doing too much damage. He's definitely doing less damage than I am, which, you know, makes me feel better about myself here. I kind of like this boss fight's cool because I think this is the only boss in all of Dark Souls that I remember ever talking to you. And he talks to you about Ocelot, who's like his son, who he lost eons ago. Yeah, but Oceros is a chump. Once you kill him, you get the Oceros, the Consumed King. That does allow you to do, I think that lets you do Soul Stream. I think you can exchange it for Soul Stream. Or it definitely lets you learn White Dragon Breath, which is one of the cooler abilities in the game, in my opinion. It's one of those rare abilities that you get that, like, is actually super duper dope. All right, so we're gonna polish up this area on this episode, and then we'll call it quits. Which hopefully won't take too long. And I'm gonna show you guys how to get the last Titanite slab that I know how to get. So that by the end of the series, you'll know how to get 4 essentially. Watch out for this guy. He looks kind of diminutive, but he's kind of a pain in the dick. He's very flippy. If you hit him hard enough, it doesn't matter that he's flippy, because you'll kick his ass. We're going to be fighting a lot of those guys in the Dragon Aviary. Right there, we just got Path of Dragons. That pose, which I will put on the hotbar here. This one right here, Path of Dragon. So we do it, you sit cross-legged like this. You need this pose in order to go to the Dragon Aviary. I will show you where that is later, but for now, we have one last pressing matter to attend to. You are not a mimic. I am not sure how this guy's got a bloodstain here. Titanite scale, not bad. That means we can upgrade the, what's it called again? Shit, is it this wall? I can't remember which wall it is. Which wall was it that had the secret in it? Is it this one? Yes, there it is. All right. Yeah, so hit that illusory wall, and come over here. You're going to take some damage falling down here a little bit. But welcome to the Untended Grave. The Untended Grave is the darkness version of the Dark Souls world that we know and love. It's what would happen if there was no light, if there was never a first flame, if the first flame ever went out, if there was no sun. Take your interpretation as you will. This area is awful. Not awful, like, it's actually a lot of fun because it's super hard, but all the enemies are super difficult here. But it's a revamp of the tutorial space. You probably recognize at least a little bit of it here as I cut through these birdmen here. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Just remember my strategy for most enemies in this game, which is just hug them and roll to the right. The Ashen Estus ring is a ring. It increases the amount of regeneration your Ashen Estus flask gives you. There is a regular Estus ring in the game, which I'm going to devote an episode to just, like, going back and getting a bunch of the items that we've missed over time. Like getting the Estus ring, doing, like, there's a couple areas that, like, we just straight up haven't gone to. I really want this, guys. This is the last... So, this guy has the last paired set that we have in the game. It's the Executioner's paired swords, which are his paired swords. They apply bleed on hit, and they are super good. Do we have a set of these? Because I feel like we might have a set of these. You can get them earlier in the game, because these guys aren't only in this area, obviously. But this weapon has the same attack set as the weapons we're using right now, which I am for some reason blanking on the name of. But they're very good, to say the least. They're very good. But the nice part's that if you apply bleed to them, or if you put poison on them, it doesn't make the bleed go away, so you can make bleeding poison swords of death. I can't believe he died here. Beats the soul of Cinder, dies to doggos. That's, story of my fucking life right now. But it's not a bad weapon, actually. The bleed effect is nice because the rate at which you attack people is super high. Did we get a pair of those? No, Pontiff Curve Blade is not it. Nope, that's not it. It's not that one. Oh, I forgot we got the twin spears. I never used these things. I think it's because I hate spears. We'll come to it. All fist weapons are technically paired weapons, by the way. But I'm not using them because I don't want to use a fist weapon right now. But at some point I plan on upgrading as many of the paired weapons as we can to full. Because maybe we'll do some like new game plusy type stuff. Maybe that might be fun to do. There we go. How about that? How about this, doggo? You son of a bitch. All right, we'll pull out the Pontiff swords and actually do this the way that I know I should be doing it, which is using a flaming weapon to stun lock these assholes. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. There you go. Alright, let's go ahead and pop our last ember. The last one that we have in the game. Well, that's not true. There's areas where I can go farm embers if I felt like it, but I'm not going to. And I'm sure we'll get more as the game progresses here. I don't know where all the ember drops are, and I know that there's a couple in the Dragon Aviary, but... Ow. Son of a bitch. Stop it. Jesus Christ. There we go. Warden Twin Blades. We got the last set of Twin Blades in the entire game, as far as I know. And these aren't bad. So they apply bleed. They don't do very much damage, but the nice part's that they have a bleed effect on them, and bleed adds a lot to your weapon. In PvP, bleed's super good, especially if you can hit somebody with like a really heavy bleed attack. You can really do some serious hurt to somebody. Back here, there are 2 Titanite dogs. Which are not that hard to defeat. They are just regular-ass Titanite doggos. So don't get intimidated. Just sort of, do the thing you normally do when you fight Titanite doggos and roll around them. But, try to lock on and shit, because you want to be able to fight the actual Titanite doggos without getting your ass kicked. At least not too hard. You're going to get your ass kicked a little bit, like, obviously, but it's 2v1, so you just got to kill one. Don't worry about trying to kill both at once. If you can, bully to you, man, because you're a braver man than I am. But we're gonna... Ooh, gotta get out of that corner, because that was almost bad. Ow. He's rolling at me. He's rolling at me. But yeah, we just need to kill one. So we're just gonna focus one down, basically. That's what we're gonna do here. Ow. But you wanna try to get them to attack at a similar time, I guess, would be the best way to do it. Because you don't wanna get stun locked like you just saw me getting for a second there. And then if you can get the visceral attack off, it will kill them pretty easy. There we go. He's dead. One down. One to go. If I can make this happen in one go, I'll be so happy. That'll prove that this build's actually like super good for PvE. The paired blade high HP build. There we go. Coming down. There we go. One more time. Fantastic. I don't know if there's anything else over here, but there is the last, like, ray of sunlight over here for some reason, which I think is kind of weird. But we're doing fine. Doing A-okay. Now we have one boss left to go, and then we're done with this area. Now that we gotten those Titanite dogs out of the way. This does mean that I can't upgrade the Farron Greatsword all the way to level 5. There's another item over there, so let's go ahead and pull out the Flaming Gothard swords. Let's go experiment this. I do know that all of the enemies down here are dogs, and then they are those weird cultist dudes from the beginning of Dark Souls, the beginning of this game. Like, I don't know if you remember those guys. It was so long ago now. It was, 17 episodes now? Jesus, I beat this game pretty quickly, though, all things considered. I mean, the game's not over yet, obviously, but, I still beat it pretty quickly, all things considered. Alright, you there, Crystal Bitch. There we go. This lady is probably the hardest red spirit in the game. I don't know if that was just because I used a fist weapon last time I fought her, but her weapons are all very fast, and she does a lot of magic, which, does do a shit ton of damage here. Let's go ahead and heal a little. Alright, we just gotta get in there and actually, like, land a hit on her, and then we'll be fine. If we can just land a hit, we'll be good. I want to keep her away from generally where the guys all are, because I don't want to have to fight her and a bunch of dudes at once. That sounds unpleasant. Killing her does net you... I think it nets you a book. It doesn't net you her staff. We have the Crystal Rapier, and we have... well, we have her staff, I know that much. you know, that being said, it is kind of a pain in the ass to fight her. The crystal weaponry the crystal magics are the chaos magics of sorceries. If you're doing a sorcery build and you do not have the crystal magics, I pity you. Your build is incomplete, my friend. Ow, fucking son of a bitch. Goddamn rapiers. They're so fast. I feel like I should do like an edged weapon then, or like a thrusting weapon run then. I feel like that'll be fun, and like apparently rapiers are super good because I got my ass kicked there. Luckily now that she's dead, I don't have to deal with her ever again. So there you go. I also got a little bit of Estus back. Somebody must have rested at the bonfire nearby. All right. Yeah, you guys probably recognize this area. It's the exact same area from the beginning of the game. The enemies here are a lot tougher than they used to be. For instance, they are not dying in one hit when I hit them with my fully upgraded paired sword here. So, you know, we got that going for us, which is nice. There are a couple new items that are in the areas that you recall them being in. And then we killed... oh, we never killed Uchikatana Man. So I can't summon Uchikatana Man because he's not dead. Oh shit, that's gonna be real nasty, man. We're not gonna be able to summon NPC help for this fight. Not that I need it, because I'm using a dark weapon and this boss is weak to dark weaponry. But you know, still would have been nice. Go ahead and carve our way through these assholes. Get some vengeance on this dude before we go into the boss fight here. We're going to the boss fight with no Estus though, which is not fun to say the least. But should be fine. It should be fine. Luckily, you guys probably remember Indir, Champion Gundyr, this guy. We're fighting him again. This time he does not have the infection of darkness. He does not have rat head. So he does not take bonus damage from fire, but he does take bonus damage from darkness now, because he exists in the darkness world. And, yeah, there you go. Ow. So his second phase, which is now, where he gets red eyes like that, he's a lot faster. His attack patterns are a lot more aggressive. You need to be very careful not to get comboed by him, because you will die. And be careful when you get behind him, because he does do that back kick attack, which does hurt like the dickens. Ow! So it's actually the first it's one of the only bosses in the game where my roll to the right strategy doesn't work all the time. Ow. Drink this. Ah, well, okay. That's fine. Yeah, I tried to drink a Divine Blessing so we could just beat this boss in one go. That was clearly folly. We're going to need to get there without using up all of our Estus flasks this time, which we're just going to sprint past everything. Spoiler alert. Yeah, we're just going to sprint past everything. I don't feel like dealing with it again. Oh, but now we don't have anything to be embered with. Oh no, disaster. All right, I guess we're going to have to rough it out, I guess, but luckily we've been stacking HP this entire time, so it's not like we're hurting for HP now that we're not embered. Oh, excuse me. As we'll make the boss fight actually slightly harder. I'm a little grumpy about this, but hopefully everything will work out just fine. It sucks that there's no bonfire there. It would help out a lot. It's probably why there's no bonfire there, for the record. As I sprint by everything and you hear the chaos erupting behind me. Please note that you can outrun like 90% of the enemies in the game. I need to get my souls back before I engage with Gundyr too much here. So during the first phase of Gundyr's fight, it is pretty easy to like get some good licks in on him. Get a licking, keep on ticking and all that. Ow. Kicked me in the head. Just gotta be careful. Again, patience is key. Don't get greedy. That kind of stuff, etc., etc. Try to stay near his left leg, but don't dodge to the left. But like when you're behind him, try to stay near his left leg, because you won't get kicked there. You can get punched if you go that way, though. So you know, heads up on that. Ow! Son of a bitch. This boss is not easy. Certainly a much harder boss fight than the original Gundyr. Ow, son of a bitch. Alright, just play it cool. Son of a bitch. Ooh. We're getting near the end of the boss fight, though, so just gotta stay cool, stay calm, stay collected, and try not to get kicked in the head. That's my advice for life. Alright, we got the heal off at least, so we did gain a little bit of HP there, despite getting kicked super hard by that axe, and the shoulder check is so strong. Oh, thank God we dodged that. Sometimes having the high ground actually helps out a little bit in Dark Souls. Despite most of the time actually being a bad idea to have high ground. Yes, I know that sounds weird, but when you have the high ground in Dark Souls, you're more likely to hit over the person's head than you are to hit them. Which sucks really bad. Ah, son of a bitch. Don't itch your nose now. Now's not the time to get an itchy nose. I gotta put some distance between me and Gundyr here, because otherwise we're gonna die. Right, we got the heal off, which is nice. Again, we gained a little bit of HP. That's the whole idea here, is just gain a little bit of... Ah, shit! Alright. I'll get him. I'll get him. I haven't died this much to a boss in a while, so... Not since Pontiff Sullivan, at least. But we'll get it. We'll get it. I think that also the Estus Shard we have in our inventory is the last Estus Shard. I think there's there might be 15, because I think there's one in the Dragon Aviary. Which I know that's not the name of it. I think it's like the Dragon Pinnacle or something like that. But I can't remember the actual name of it, so sue me. We're going to fight the Nameless King there, and if this boss fight's any indication of how well that's going to go, it's not boding well. Not boding well at all. I want to try to get a +10 lightning weapon before we get down to the Nameless King, though, because the Nameless King is weak to lightning. And as much as I absolutely love our cell swords, I don't think that they'll cut the mustard against the Nameless King. That boss fight is literally the hardest boss fight in the game. Probably, if I had to guess, probably tied with Gundyr here, because Champion Gundyr is pretty rough. It's the second phase. The first phase is just like fighting him at the beginning of the game. You know, you sort of just roll to the right. It's sort of just like a skill check. Ow, fucking son of a bitch! It's sort of just a skill check. Can you or can you not fight Dark Souls? And if you can, then bully to you. You've managed to get through the game here. But, ah, son of a bitch. The Estus Shard, or the Estus drinking animation takes 1,000 fucking years, man. Gonna run me through? Oh, okay, good. He didn't run me through, but he did hit me. Ow, pretty hard. Alright, cool. Just stay back. Drink when you can. You want to try to put a little bit of distance if you're gonna try to drink in Gundyr, I guess. Ow, last time I did this, I had the Swordmaster guy with me, and he would take aggro when I needed a drink, which is very helpful. Which actually you might have to go back and do, because I don't know if I can beat Gundyr. I'm a little rattled, actually. I only took a little bit of damage there. Just a parcel of damage. Ow, son of a bitch. Ah, son of a bitch. I'm trying to get hits in when I can, but it's so hard to find, it's so hard to find the gaps in this guy, because he's, so fucking fast. And he's attacking. He's so aggressive and so fast. It's so hard to find like the little moments, you know. I might be rolling too much, actually. I might be missing moments if I had to be honest here. Not that I think rolling too much is too much of a problem, because I do think it's the kind of thing that is happening because I'm worried. Don't focus on his life bar. Focus on the guy. Focus on the guy, Andre. You got this. Hot damn. Yeah, you guys get a little bit of my... Dark Souls is an interesting series for me, because it's, a lot less... it's a lot more running, my running commentary, rather than, what's going on in the game. Because I can't, it's too hard for me to explain, moment to moment what it is that I'm thinking, while I'm doing it. Because, I'm doing the action... I have to do the action so fast that, it's hard for me to, do that stuff. So you guys get a lot more of, like, into my headspace of, like, what it is that I'm thinking while I'm playing games. And I do this kind of stuff, like, a lot. Like, whenever I play Gungeon or anything, I'm, like, thinking to myself, like, you know, oh, just stay calm, don't do this, don't do that. Like, but most of, like, the game action I do is, like, second nature at this point to me. Which is weird to think about. Oh, I need to hit him one more time. Don't get greedy. Got him! Ha 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 ha! Fuck you, Gundyr! Ha! Alright. Suck my balls. Hot damn, that was stressful. Alright. Now that we beat Gundyr, there's only a couple of bad guys between us and our just desserts here. Who are not that hard. I will crush them underfoot. I have way too many Estus flasks, and I am way too strong not to, like, steamroll them super hard right now. If you guys ever want to know, like, what my stats are, I mean, here they are. We're 41, 12, 25, 10, 23, 25, 10, 10, 9. I believe, and I started the game as the bandit, I think. I started the game as the bandit. I took the fire gem as my starting item. You guys can watch the entire series. Well, you can look at the character setup for this. If you're interested in trying to play through the game the way that I did. If you're having trouble playing through the game and you're looking for, like, a build that's pretty competent, this is a good one. I can show you guys. I can make some characters that have semi-decent player-friendly builds if you're interested in it. I'm more than willing to share. You know, I do know a thing or two about playing Dark Souls. I guess at this point you guys probably know that I know a thing or two about playing Dark Souls. Considering that you are here watching this fucking series and you are listening to me babble on and on and on and on and on about, you know, Dark Souls and about, you know, what it is that I know how to do in Dark Souls. And I just beat the game without using a shield. So, you know, those kinds of things are pretty helpful. Which, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that I'm pretty good, but I'm good at the PvE version of the game. Now, PvP is a little bit beyond me. The people who play PvP are, like, monsters at this game, and a lot of the time it turns into, like, if you get a hit in, you lose kind of stuff, or you win rather. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea most of the time. I am planning on doing a little bit of PvP at some point. Scoblin asked for a little bit of that, and I don't mind doing it for him, because frankly, if he's the most consistent viewer I have, then I owe it to him to do that for him, stuff like that. The Hornet Ring causes piercing weapons to do bonus critical damage. Question mark. Yes. No, boosts critical attacks in general. It's not bad. It basically makes it so your backstabs do extra damage. If you were doing like a knife build, if you're doing like a thief, dex, backstabbing, critical strike build, which is awful against bosses, by the way, don't do that. Well, I mean, you can do it. More power to you, I guess, but I wouldn't do it. We got the Coiled Sword Fragment. We can trade that to Snuggly the Crow for some stuff. And while we're in here, we can also buy the Wolf set. The Wolf Knight set is an interesting set because what it does is, if you've ever played Dark Souls 1, it is Artorias' set from Dark Souls 1. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I would recommend it. That kind of stuff. The Dried Knuckles, which is that item that I hovered over for a hot second. The Dried Knuckles is an item that when you use them, it allows you to summon extra people to help you, but makes you more susceptible to invasion. Eyes of the Firekeeper. This is the old Firekeeper from this timeline, and she's dead now, but I'm not. If you wanted to, you could do... There's another ending called Usurp the Flame, where instead of linking the fire, you steal it, and the Firekeeper helps you do that. No, I'm sorry. It's Extinguish the Flame, where the Firekeeper helps you put out the first flame rather than rekindling it, and it causes the Age of Darkness to start. I think the Lord of Hollow ending is more interesting, personally, but, you know, your mileage may vary. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We're down in this area. There's nothing else for us to do here. The Coiled Sword Fragment, it's a permanent homeward bone. which is why I would highly recommend trading it to Snuggly the Crow for the Titanite slab that you can get for it. The Titanite slab is significantly more valuable than an infinite homeward bone, considering that I've like haven't bought any, and I have 11, and I've used maybe 6 or 7 throughout the course of the game. If you're farming stuff, you might use them more often. I could see people doing that, but I don't know. It's not something that I find particularly useful. But on that note, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, if you like what you saw, let me know. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date on when I post more videos. And if you really like what you saw, leave a like. It helps the channel grow. It helps me out a great deal. And, please subscribe if you're new to the channel. If this is the first time you're ever watching one of my videos, please subscribe, Help to grow the family a little bit. It would be super nice. If you guys have any suggestions for things you want to see me do, please leave them down in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!